He is the CEO at Brian Snow Media. He is also the host of Snowman in the Morning, also the director and CEO at SDM Sports Network. Welcome to the show, my big brother, Brian Snow. What's up, Brian?
What's going on, man? Been a while since we did this.
Definitely been a while, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good, man. Out here talking some NFL football, Brian. And let's get right to it, buddy. Let's start off with the AFC. You know, the Buffalo Bills, they're coming off a big time win over the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday Night Football. They 4-1 on the season. Also, the LA Chargers, they lead the AFC West with a 4-1 record. Justin Herbert is an NFL MVP candidate right now. But right now, who is your favorites, you know, in the AFC?
Bills and Chargers. I mean, you got to put Baltimore in there somewhere because of Lamar Jackson, and they're going to face off this weekend. And Lamar Jackson made a straight up liar out of me Monday night against the Indianapolis Colts. So I gave Lamar Jackson a ton of credit on the Tuesday show. It's like, hey, Lamar Jackson said, okay, I'm going to prove that I can stand in the pocket. But for me, he's got to do it all season long, and I believe he will. But for now, my AFC Championship game will be Bills and Chargers. It'll just depend on where it's played. And no one's talking about Justin Herbert being an MVP candidate. After what I saw against Cleveland, you better put some respect on his name.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Brian, in my opinion, when we talk about these young quarterbacks in the NFL, I think about Joe Burrow. I think about Lamar Jackson. I think about Kyler Murray. You know, like, honestly, like Lamar Jackson, like I said, Justin Herbert might be the best young quarterback we have in the NFL. You remember last year, he had 31 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Like, I thought he played pretty good in his rookie season as well. And I like the confidence that Brandon Staley has in his young quarterback, in Justin Herbert. You see the Chargers, they go for it on 4th and 3. They go for it on 4th and 6. That speaks to Justin Herbert is a young quarterback.
Justin Herbert, 6'5". You mean to tell me he can't lean forward again and get 3 yards?
For sure.
You mean to tell me he can't just like stick his arm out there and get 3 yards? Just ask the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah, for sure, man. And they got weapons. They got weapons in Keenan Allen. You got Williams, you know, as well at receiver. You got Jared Cook at tight end. Austin Eckler in the backfield. This Chargers team, they legit in the AFC for sure.
You know what some teams do that others are afraid to do? Run the football.
Yeah.
There are some teams, and my buddy Cole Johnson said this on my show, there are teams that are allergic to running the football.
Yeah, for sure.
Why are teams allergic to running the football?
Yeah, you have to be able to run the football to win a Super Bowl. And actually, that's where I was going next, Brian. I want to talk about, you know, the Kansas City Chiefs, as they are 2-3 on the season. Patrick Mahomes, he has 16 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He has as many interceptions through the first 5 games of the season as he had all of last season total. So they 2-3 on the season. You know, they're last right now in the AFC West. You know, what do you believe right now is wrong with the Kansas City Chiefs?
They don't run the ball. Take a look at this year and compare it to their last 2 years when they got to the Super Bowl. They don't run the ball.
Yeah.
They're relying on Patrick Mahomes to run and throw. They're kind of going through the early stages of the Lamar Jackson syndrome, where the Ravens depended on Lamar Jackson a lot, and now Lamar's gotten it together and become more of a pocket passer and leaning on his runners.
Yeah.
But they don't run the football.
Yeah.
They don't run the football. What did you just say? If you can't run the football, there's no way you're going to compete.
I agree. And the thing is, watching their games, defensively, teams are basically forcing them to run the football. Yep. And what they're saying is, you're not going to be patient, you know, and run the football to force us out of this look, because they're giving them the two deep safety look. When it's 2 deep safeties, You run the football.
You ram it up the middle. You ram it up the middle, and you basically do what Super Bowl champions in the past have done. Until you stop us running the football, we're going to keep ramming it down your throat.
Exactly. And that's the problem right now, you know, with the Kansas City Chiefs overall. And that's on the offensive side of the ball. That's actually the strength of the team. Defensively, though, Brian, they're one of the worst defenses in the NFL.
They're getting Buffalo gashed them.
They did. They did.
Almost 200 yards on the ground. You don't do that to an Andy Reid team unless you have the horses to do so. What did Buffalo do to Kansas City? They rammed it down their throat, and when Allen saw a chance to take a deep shot downfield, he connected.
That's exactly what happened. I mean, and they gave up 30 points to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. They gave up 38 points to Josh Allen and the Bills. Against the Chargers, they gave up 30, to Justin Herbert. They gave up, they give up 30 per game. You can't win games in the NFL if you're giving up 30 points per game. It's not going to happen.
And the 38 against the Bills and the 30 against the Chargers, what's the common denominator? Both of those were at home.
Yep, exactly. For sure. I want to talk about the AFC North. Like, right now, the Ravens lead the AFC North at 4-1 on the season. Bengals and Browns both 3-2 on the season. Steelers sitting at 2-3. Who are your favorites right now in AFC North? Is it Lamar Jackson in the Ravens, or do you believe the Browns got a shot?
You're gonna make it that easy.
Come on, Brian. Browns legit. The Browns are legit.
No. You know why? When I did my season preview and you watched it, I said I will not say that the Browns are legit until they do one thing. Do it again.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And plus, they lost Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb's on IR.
Yeah, I saw that.
So Baltimore is rounding into shape. I don't trust the Bengals right now until they figure out their offensive line. They had a game in their hand against your Green Bay Packers.
They did.
That they let slip away. And this is where I wanted to pick at you. You were talking all that mess. And there was a post you put on Facebook, and I love you for this, saying, my Packers beat the Cincinnati Bengals. Oh, yeah? Well, your Packers nearly got beat several times.
Yeah, well, what it was, Brian, like after week one, you remember after week one, Aaron Rodgers had a horrific performance against the New Orleans Saints. And the next few weeks, I knew, okay, we got to play the Lions. We'll beat the Lions. But then we got the 49ers week 3. And then week 4, we got to play the Steelers at Lambeau. And week 5, we got to play the Bengals. So I'm like, okay, we got 3 big-time games against 3 big fan bases in the NFL, and the 49ers, Bengals, and the Steelers. And these are all, fans of teams that I'm familiar with. I'm familiar with all these fans of these teams. You're a diehard Niners fan, so I had to talk trash to you once we finally beat the Niners. Like,
listen, you know what? I love talking trash with you and with the folks that'll give it back to me as much as I give it to them. Yeah. It's when they get too serious where it goes too far. But you and I have been doing this a while. Okay. Yeah. And I gotta share this story. When we played for the NFC Championship in Santa Clara,
the
whole day I slept in. My wife had the day off. I slept in, and my wife said, so are we going to watch both games? I said, I'm only concerned about the 49ers and the Packers. Yeah. So she said, so we can get snacks for the first game. Yep. So we got snacks for the AFC Championship, and we're getting everything together. And then you showed up on my timeline, all in your Packer garb. You were sitting in your car, all in your Packer garb, and you just had this look on your face, and I was cracking up. I showed the video to my wife. Yeah. I was cracking up. You were just sitting there, all nonchalant, saying, look, we got the better quarterback. Yep. We got the better tight end. Yeah. We got the better running game. I showed that to my wife, and she looked at me and she goes, he has no idea what's coming. And I said, this is where we have to get the salsa And this is where we got to get everything. I said, all right. So we did.
Real quick though, Brian. I got to make sure I'm very clear. I never said Jimmy Graham was better than George Kittle. I know better than that. I said he was more proven. That's what I said. Kittle's young.
Don't you sit there and lie to me
that. I would never disrespect George Kittle. Now.
I'm giving you mess, and you said that you did it. And you said Graham was more proven. You said my players. You just sat there with your nose in the air and a smile on your face, and I'm sitting there laughing, going, "My players are more proven than the 49ers players are," and we smacked y'all in the mouth.
Y'all did. Yeah, I did. And what did I tell you? What did I tell you afterwards? What did I say? What was my quote to you on your show? What did I say?
I just remember you were so dumbfounded when I had you on, and you were what you said was, I had to talk trash. I had to talk trash to you. I had to get my backers ready. Yeah. But I knew you didn't have a snowball's chance in hell.
That's exactly it. I knew we didn't have no snowball chance in hell with beating the 49ers. Because you remember earlier in the season, y'all had smacked us like 38-6 or something.
37-8.
37-8. Yeah, 37-8.
And that was on Sunday Night Football.
Exactly. Y'all already beat us.
Sunday Night Football. But when you said I knew we didn't have a snowball's chance in hell, we must have laughed for a good 2 minutes after that. But you know something? What did I tell you? I'll take that kind of game. Absolutely. All right. Aaron Rodgers was being Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Garoppolo balled out. And you notice people are writing off San Francisco already because we lost 3 in a row and we're getting littered with injuries again. What did I tell you after the game? I called Trey, folks. I called Trey and I said, do not be surprised if we meet in January and it's for the NFC Championship again, because a lot of these NFC teams, I just don't trust.
Yeah, for sure. Everybody remember going to follow Wise Guys on Twitter at WiseGuys_H. Also on Facebook, Wise Guys. We're live here on the Worldwide Sports Network with Brian Snow of Snowman in the Morning. So, Brian, let's transition. Let's talk about the NFC. And let's talk about the Dallas Cowboys, actually, though, first. As you know, the Cowboys, they've won 4 straight games after losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in week 1. They 4-1 on the season. They are averaging 34 points per game. Averaging 440 yards per game. So, okay, what's your feelings about the Cowboys?
Who in the vital blue hell cares? 5 games in, and everyone wants to crown them NFC champions. I'm sorry. This is what I said about the Dallas Cowboys, and I will continue to say this about the Dallas Cowboys. Until they decide to use their best weapon, which is Ezekiel Elliott, on a consistent basis, they're not going to do anything. The last 2 games, they've done well running the ball with Ezekiel Elliott, but who are they playing? The Eagles and the Giants.
Yeah.
Bring that offense against a healthy 49er defense and see if you don't get popped in the mouth for talking all that mess. Bring Dak Prescott against the healthy 49er defense or against the healthy Packer defense and see if you don't get socked in the jaw.
Yeah. I agree. And here's the thing, though, Brian. Like, right now, I believe there are 4 teams better right now than the Cowboys. I think the LA Rams are better than the Cowboys. I think the Bucks are still better than the Cowboys. I think the Packers are still better than the Cowboys. And I even believe the Arizona Cardinals right now are better than the Cowboys.
Stop there.
So you think the Cowboys better than Arizona?
I don't like either one of those teams.
I know you don't like Arizona because you're a Niners fan, of course, but
I don't trust Arizona, and here's why. They went up against a beat-up 49er team, and the Niners only surrendered 17 points.
Yeah.
They only surrendered 7. That should have been a blowout.
True enough, but that is a division game, though. That's a division game, Brian. You know division games are tough. The Niners and the Cardinals know each other very, very well.
And when the Cardinals come to Santa Clara, we're gonna kick them in the nuts hard. I got that much confidence. If you can have confidence in your Packers, then I got confidence in my 49ers.
So absolutely, for sure.
And we're off this week, so a lot of guys are going to get an extra week to heal. But there's something about Arizona that doesn't sit right with me.
Okay.
And The thing about Arizona, and we talked about this before, and I say the same thing about the Los Angeles Rams. Where's the running game?
Yeah.
Where's the running game?
Yeah, I can understand that.
The Packers are getting it together with their running game. Where's the running game? And plus, even though the 49ers lost to Arizona, we handed them 175 yards on the ground.
Yeah. And for me, Brian, when I look at the other teams right now, even though you may disagree with the Cardinals, when I look at these other teams right now in the NFC, who I believe is currently better than the Cowboys,
yep,
I'm looking at the quarterback coach, duo, right? Like right now, give me Matt LaFleur and Aaron Rodgers over Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott. Okay, like I like Dak Prescott. I actually think Dak Prescott has emerged as a top 10 quarterback, but I don't really believe in Mike McCarthy.
Needs to go to another team.
Yeah,
because the Cowboys are going to wear him out.
I really got my questions about Mike McCarthy more so than anything, Brian. Like he has some
got personal experience. He was a Packers coach for a long time, and he sure as hell didn't run the football like people wanted him to
at all. And you remember Aaron Rodgers used to have moments where he was eye rolling, at the sideline. He was upset. So
you expect Mike McCarthy to find a way to handle this powerful Cowboy offense and not use his best weapon? When I posted on Facebook, and people love coming after me, and they make it so personal. Don't get it twisted. You know this. I know this. You and I talk trash to each other a lot.
Yeah.
Okay? But it's good-natured fun.
Yeah.
When I said the Cowboys are not using their best weapon, 90% of the commenters said they are using their best weapon is Dak Prescott. Wrong answer. That team is built to run. If you're going to run, you need to give the ball to whom? Ezekiel Elliott. Isn't that why you drafted him?
I agree. Brian, I disagree with you, Brian. I'm going to tell you the truth. So I believe Ezekiel Elliott, honestly, I don't think Ezekiel Elliott is as good as he was 2 years ago. Like, I think Ezekiel Elliott is on the downside of his career. I think Dak Prescott, honestly.
I'll tell you why, Ezekiel. I'll stop you right there. I'll tell you why Ezekiel Elliott looks like he's on the downside of his career. He's not being used.
Fair enough.
He's not a part of the offense.
Yeah, I can understand that.
He's not a part of the offense.
Yeah.
Okay. A beast like Ezekiel Elliott, he needs to touch the ball 30 times. He's built to get stronger as the game gets longer.
Let's transition. Let's talk about your 49ers, because we know the 49ers right now, they're 2-3 on the season. They got a bye this week, but Trey Lance, he had his first career start last week against the Arizona Cardinals. Trey Lance, he went 15 of 29, had 192 passing yards, one interception, got sacked twice. So, after the bye week, the 49ers, who you guys got to play after the bye? You got the Colts. You got the Colts out of the bye, home. So what are your expectations for Trey Lance and the 49ers offense after the bye week this week?
Well, after the bye week, if Jimmy G is healthy, give him the ball. If Jimmy G is healthy after the bye week, give him the ball. I love some Trey Lance. Don't get me wrong. But Trey Lance is not ready full time to run that offense. 3 4th downs, and they couldn't convert. One of them was on the goal line.
Yeah.
If Garoppolo was within that offense, was running that offense on 4th down, 3 quarterback sneaks, converts them all. Because if you look at how the 49ers are doing on 4th down this year, save the Arizona game, how have they converted their 4th down every single time? Garoppolo quarterback sneak. Two of them against Detroit, one against Philadelphia, one against your Packers.
Yeah.
In the 4th quarter, one against your Packers.
Yep.
So Garoppolo knows I'm going to sneak it. Yeah. That's all. It just comes with time for Trey Lance.
Agreed.
Okay. It's just time. He needs to sit and learn the offense, really learn the offense. Now, he was pressed into duty because of Garoppolo's injury. Now, I understand that. Okay. This is just experience for him.
Yeah.
And he's going to be dynamite when he really learns this offense. When the 49ers get truly healed and they get some key players back from injury, look out.
Right now, who is your favorites in the NFC? Like right now, you had to say the NFC Championship game would be which two teams?
NFC Championship game stands as what I told you at the top of the season, and it stands as what I told you 2 weeks ago. It's Green Bay and San Francisco.
Okay.
I don't trust Arizona because they don't run the ball enough. I don't trust the Rams because they don't run the ball enough. And those two are going to knock each other silly anyway. Even though the 49ers have 2 losses within the division, one to Seattle, and they're minus Russell Wilson, one to Arizona, but Kyler Murray did most of the work. All I have to say is wait till they get it together. There are 4 games for the 49ers left in the NFC West. Okay? Everybody else is going to knock each other out. Seattle is done.
And also, before Russell Wilson's injury to his finger, Brian, I felt like Seattle was done because defensively, they're one of the worst defenses in the NFL, one of the worst defenses in NFL history. They were done.
Seattle is finished.
Yeah.
Seattle is finished, so you can take them out of the equation. You know, we got one more with Arizona. We see the Rams twice.
Yeah.
And we got one more with Seattle. They can win those 4 games.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it's going to take a 4-2 record to win that division. I see the 49ers beginning with this game against Indianapolis getting on a roll because Indianapolis choked away a game.
They did.
Against Baltimore. They handled Baltimore for 3.5 quarters, and then Lamar Jackson woke up.
Yeah.
Should Trey Lance start Sunday night, it's going to be even worse.
Yeah. And
this is my wife's team. She loves the Indianapolis Colts.
Oh, okay.
So don't call me for that game because we're going to be sitting here with snacks all over the place. enjoying our Sunday night football. But in all seriousness, this is the game the 49ers need when they come back from the bye against Indianapolis. If they get this one, they're going to get on the roll, and I feel they're going to get on the roll after that.
Now, the only X factor I would say that would affect, your NFC Championship prediction would be, I got to be honest, Brian, would be the Bucs. Like, they are the defending Super Bowl champions, and they still got Tom Brady, at quarterback. They still got so many weapons. We've seen Antonio Brown over the last week emerge.
I'm expecting y'all to beat them.
Yeah, I hope we can beat them. Man. But I think the Bucs are tough though. They're tough, and they got a lot of. But their defense, on the defensive side of the ball, their secondary is a weak part of their team. You can throw the ball on them. You can really throw on them.
Yes, you can. If they face a healthy, now listen to my sentence, y'all. If they face a healthy San Francisco defense, Tom Brady is going to have the blank scared out of him. That front 4 for the 49ers is dynamite.
For sure. Brian, let everybody know where they can follow you on social media. I know you want everybody to be able to check out Snowman in the Morning, a great sports show.
Snowman in the Morning is in your ear and in your eyes at 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday. You can go to snowmaninthemorning.com and check it out there. Also follow me on all social media outlets. The term you need is @official SIT Morn. That's official SIT Morn. That's where you can find me. Pick up the podcast wherever you can because the podcast is available an hour after the show is done. And man, I want to thank you for bringing me on. I know I got to bring you back on my show so we can chop up the NFL. NBA starts this week, and I got a few feelings about that. And also, the NFL said that they found no more racist emails. I'm going to discuss that leading off my show Monday morning. And people know if I lead off with a hot subject like that, you can just put the first 20 minutes in your ear because I'm going in.
Thanks for coming on Wise Guys on the Worldwide Sports Network, Brian. We're going to catch up, man. Love you, big bro.
I love you, brother. Thank you much.
All right.